Well, welcome back. Welcome back to the Extraordinary Drummer Show. As you know, I'm your host, Cheron Moore. Will you help me welcome to the show? Now I can say a dear friend, Jacobi Gunter. Hey, Jacoby.
Mr. C, what's going on? How you doing?
I'm well, thank you. Welcome to the Extraordinary Drummer Show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I can now check this off my bucket list of being on the Extraordinary Drummer Show. I'm super excited.
I really wanted you on the show. First, I thank you for all your support. I've seen the likes and the follows and so forth, the hearts, the smiles. It really does a lot. It encouraged me. I just really enjoyed seeing them, and I appreciate it.
Oh, Mr. C, and it's the same here, man. We have to support each other, and that's my whole thing. I support you, you support me, and you never know what may happen. So I definitely appreciate your support, and let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
Jacoby, what do you think of me wanting you on the show? I have, when I started this, I just got a few notes now on the paper, but when I sat down, I had a blank piece of paper. A blank piece of paper, and everybody has had a script. Everybody's been on the show. I wrote out a little script, some notes.
Right.
But with you, I had a blank piece of paper until I sat down here. And I said, I'll just jot something as he talking. But you have on the show, as you can see, I wanted the man of God on the show. That's why I wanted you on the show. It had nothing to do with drums.
You know what? That means a lot. That really means a lot because I try to carry God's light with me wherever I go, no matter where I'm playing. I want his light to shine through me, no matter if I'm playing a bar, a stadium, practicing. I want his light to shine to me. That somebody will draw near to him through my light. That's my, I can have all the Grammys in the world, I can have all the symbols in the world, but if I don't show somebody a new light through my playing, then it's no good. It's like, what am I doing it for?
Jacoby, do you only play gospel? Do you play secular also?
Oh yeah, I play all types of music. God has, he's given me a gift, and I get a lot of my friends say, "Well, I only play in the church." That's totally fine, but God has given me a gift, and I don't just box in just to gospel. I do rock, I do hip hop, I do funk, I do whatever you call me, whatever the music is called for me to do, I do it. Because I'll be crazy just to box myself into just one genre and not expand my gift to other places. That'll be crazy of me. And I definitely respect guys who play in the church. So
Jacoby, as a man of God, how do you separate the world and that spirit from the gospel and that spirit from the godly side of you? How do you separate that? How do you go out in the world and do that, but still keep the Holy Spirit in you? Would you explain that to the audience that they may learn from that?
Oh yeah, most definitely. The way I keep it separated is knowing that I wouldn't do anything I wouldn't do at home that I would do out on a gig. Let's say, for example, if I don't smoke at home, I'm not going to do it out there anymore. I'm not going to let the world change or dictate how I conduct myself on the stage, off stage, at home, anywhere. It's all about knowing boundaries, setting boundaries, and saying, look, I'm not going to do this. I haven't been doing it, so why should I start now? So it's all about knowing and having that in your mind to say, okay, God, you're in me, so you take over.
Where are you originally from?
I'm from South Carolina, born and raised, Columbia, South Carolina.
Now,
home of the Gamecocks.
Huh?
Home of the Gamecocks. Gamecocks. Woo!
I'm just joking. I know people tease you a little bit on that one.
They do. But I gotta stay firm in what I believe. So, it's Gamecocks all day.
Born and raised in South Carolina?
Yes, sir. Born and raised.
Where's the accent at? How come you ain't got the country accent?
I don't know. It's crazy. A lot of my friends that's like from New York and from Los Angeles, they say I have an accent, but I don't hear it. So I don't think I have an accent. I think people expect me to say like y'all and that stuff, which I can say, but it's not like in my everyday conversation.
I'm just waiting for one fitner.
I'm
One
fitness.
fitner.
Well, keep talking. It's gonna come. It's gonna come. Now that you told me, it's gonna come.
It's gonna come out.
Yes,
Down there in
sir.
South Carolina, did you grow up playing drums in the church?
Yes, sir. I grew up in the church. Like I said, my grandparents and my uncle were ministers, and my grandparents, they actually had a group. The Silver Trumpets was a quartet group. It was myself, my mother, my grandfather, and my grandmother. And it was crazy how I started playing for them. My mom is a drummer. She plays guitar, she plays bass, and she sings. So when I came along, it's like, hey, we need a drummer. And I popped my head out like, hey, I'm here. So at the age of 18 months, I played my first performance, and it was actually at their anniversary. And ever since then, I've been playing. So I was brought up in the church ever since the age of 18 months, and the rest, as they say, was history.
You remember when you got your first drum kit?
Yes, I actually do remember. It was probably it was probably around about 18 months around that time, and I was super excited. And my mom can tell me. I mean, I tell you what, my first actual drum set was a percussion plus kit, and it had one tom, a snare, didn't even have a cymbal stand. It just had a cymbal. So that was my first drum set, and I was super excited, and I never stopped playing.
Wow. Tell me about moving on to high school. How was
Mhm.
the high school years? What was the scene like in high school?
High school was good. High school was good. I didn't play on the band in high school though, because during my high school years I started playing in Charlotte for a basketball team by the name of the Charlotte Bobcats. And it was basically a drum team that provided entertainment for the halftime, after the game, before the game. So I was a part of that, and I was doing recordings, doing a few clinics here and there, and doing gigs. So I didn't really have time to do the marching band thing. So it was kind of I was already in the field of playing drums live and doing records and just playing out. So I didn't really, like I said, I didn't really have time to do the marching band thing.
Did you go on to college and play in college?
I actually went to a technical school, and they didn't really have like a marching band or anything of that nature there. So I didn't really get a chance to experience that.
Tell me of some of the highlights in your playing and when you start to get your first few gigs to make a name for yourself around town.
Mhm. Ooh, some of the highlights. Okay, the first one, of course, is me playing my first performance, which was it was like a bug. Once it bit me, I was like, okay, I'm on it now. Um, the second one will probably be winning the Zildjian Drummer Love contest, which afforded me to be in Drum Magazine, which was a huge deal for me. Um, then it was the playing for the Charlotte Bobcats, which are now the Hornets. Um, then was another accomplishment. Oh, I actually am a member of the Recording Academy, which allows me to submit my any music that I put out to the Grammys, and I also have my single out, DUI, which is drumming under the influence, which is something that I'm extremely proud of because I did it myself. My mom and I we put a lot of hard work into it, and that's a major highlight for me is having my own single that I say I did myself. So those are a few of my highlights of my career, and of course, and last but not least, dare I say it, being on Mr. Cheron Moore show. So there you go.
To God be the glory, my friend. To
Yes,
God be
sir.
the
Yes,
glory.
sir.
Jacoby, do you also teach? I thought I saw somewhere you teach.
Yes, sir. Oh, and that's another accomplishment, teaching. But yes, I do teach. I teach at Freeway Music, which is a prominent school here in Columbia, South Carolina. And teaching has really taught me patience. It taught me how to deal with different personalities with kids, and it's just a great experience to see how what I've learned I can pour into the next generation of musicians and students. And I was telling somebody this the other day. Not only am I an instructor, but I'm a counselor to these kids because you never know what they may be going through, and you never know if something you may say or do can influence them to either have a better day or to make a better life change. And I just love teaching to. I mean, it brings me joy because I'm doing something that I love and pouring into the next generation of great musicians and great performers.
What's the age range that you teach?
I teach ages 4 to I had a student to age 60. So I teach all different spectrums of ages.
Let me move you down the road a little bit on the drum
Okay.
side. Let's talk equipment. What
Okay.
equipment are you playing and what are you using? Drums, cymbals, sticks, so forth.
Okay. Drums. I'm using Doc Sweeney drums. I have a great relationship with them. I actually met them at NAMM in 2015. Cymbals. I'm using Zildjian cymbals. I'm using Big First sticks, aquarium drum heads, and Schnell percussion. And that's the equipment I'm using right now.
You throwing any electronics in there?
Um, not much. I do have an Elise's, I think it's AR. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a drum machine that I use sometimes for for sequencing tracks for church and stuff like that.
What is your approach to the drums?
Um, my approach to drumming in general is just serving the music and knowing it's not about me. It's about serving, first of all, the artists, the people who pay me, and then serving the music.
This is not a question to slant anybody, just a question for information and perspective. I'll soften it up with that word. That'll keep me out of trouble for a couple of days.
Okay.
What do you think of the guys that's playing to laptops? Do you think that's real drumming where they have 5% control, 20% control back there?
Well, I mean, I think it's cool. To me, I think each, how can I say it? As time went on, we had to evolve with what's going on in the culture, and the guys who are playing the laptops. I mean, it's cool. It's moving along with the times rather than maybe 30 or 40 years ago when we didn't have technology. So we're just using, and I'm saying we because I'm kind of that generation. We're just evolving with the times with playing with click tracks and playing with the computer, and I think it's cool. And also I think it's cool with playing just live instrumentation without the click track or without the computers. So I think it's cool. I love it. It's just showing the evolution of where music is going and where it's heading.
You played that safe, Jacoby.
Oh my god.
Jacoby, you must got a lot of friends on both sides, the pocket and the laptop.
I do. I have friends on both sides of the spectrum, so I don't want to make them mad or anything like that. So
you can go back to church Sunday now. You're not gonna get in trouble.
I hope so. They're gonna be waiting for me. Like I saw the interview now. Now what you want to say again? Oh man.
Jacoby, we do a thing on the show that we call Word of Advice,
Okay.
where I ask the drummers, I ask the guests, you might have seen it, where I ask the drummer, I ask the guests if they would leave a parting word of advice for the up and coming guys, even the guys at the next level, but that are trying to get traction in the game. Would you leave them a word of advice?
Yeah, for sure. I would definitely do that. You know, let's just say in life in general, we see people elevating to the next level. And I know for me at one time, I was like, I want to get there. And one thing that I had to do, and it's very simple, is I had to jump. Now, when I mean jump, I mean having a leap of faith to go out and do what you want to do to get to that next level. Now, let me say this. When you jump, you are going to fall. You're going to get hurt and you're going to get scraped. But those scrapes and those bruises are lessons on what not to do or what to do or how to react to the situation or how not to react. Now, when you get ready to jump again, all those lessons are in your parachute. Now, watch this. When you get ready to jump, you let go of the parachute, which have all the lessons in there. And that way you're going to fly amongst your peers and you're going to be like, oh yeah, I remember I was down there, but now I'm above, I'm with the elite. I'm now doing what I say I saw my other friends are doing. And now I'm flying with everybody else. So my whole thing is jumping and having faith that things are going to, you know, if you have faith, you're going to be able to do whatever you want to do. But the first thing you have to do is jump. That's what you got to do. You got to have faith and jump and know that it's going to happen. And that way your gift will make room for you only if you apply yourself.
I could have said it no better myself. I'm going to tell you something.
Okay.
We're going to make you a preacher.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. We're going to put a white collar on you.
Oh, no.
We're going to put you in the pulpit.
Oh, no. I don't think I'm ready for the pulpit just yet. I'm just operating in my gift and just, you know, just doing what I know how to do. That's inspiring people. And I definitely, you know, give God all the praise for that. And of course, my grandparents and my mother, I can go on and on about how they inspire me and how they kept me on the right path and just, yeah, and I know we don't have time for that, but yeah.
Before I get to the last question, what do you say to those drummers that want to turn their life around, that want to get saved, that want to get on that straight and narrow path? What do you say to those drummers out there?
I say that it's never too late to, you know, to seek him. And, you know, if you're not sure, you know, I would suggest, you know, you speak to, you know, your pastor or whoever you seek for guidance, seek them. And, you know, it's never too late. You know, God is standing, you know, he's a forgiving God. You know, everybody say he's a God of second chances, but he's a God of many chances where we have, you know, stumbled. He's there to pick us up. So it's never too late. And, you know, he can turn anybody around no matter what you've done. He doesn't judge you at all.
Jacoby, the last question I usually ask on the show to the guests. Jacoby, you bracing yourself, huh? You don't know what I got coming. Like, oh, come on, get out, Cheron. Jacoby, what do you want your legacy to be said, to be told?
Yeah, that's a good question. I just want people to know that, you know, I was a good person. I helped people whenever I could. I gave back to my community, and I just want my works down here to speak for me, because, you know, when we die, our obituary is going to be our life. You know, we want people to say good things about us, and I just want mine to say, you know, Jacoby was a good person. He always helped. He always smiled, and he gave it his all, no matter what. No matter what, he always kept a smile on his face. That's what I want people to remember about me.
I think they're gonna put in there humble. That word humble in there somewhere.
Okay. I mean, they can. I mean, I didn't want to say it, but I mean, if they want to put that, they can.
I think they're gonna say man of valor also.
Wow, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, that's why I wanted you on the show. It had nothing to do with drums. I wanted you
Oh,
to see that it's possible to be a drummer and be this humble and this nice and man of God and a straight line and still fit in, not be corny. But you're just a good dude, man. I aspire to be
oh,
like you, man. I
oh
walk,
man.
dang, I didn't failed again.
I mean, just know, once you fall, it's always possible. It's always possible to get back up. It's always so.
Let me say thank you so very much for being on the Extraordinary Drummer Show.
Oh wow, Mr. C, thank you for even considering me, man. When you text me, I was like, yes, I gotta be on here. I gotta be on here. And like I said, I've seen the lineage of guys that you had, and I was like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna follow up Calvin Rogers? How am I gonna follow up Tony Royster? How am I gonna follow up J.R. Robinson? How am I gonna follow up these guys? And I did it. I did it.
And I think all of them are going to say, wow, I want to be like him.
They're gonna be like, who
More
is
like him.
this guy?
Hey, will you help us wave goodbye to all the fans?
See you later, guys. Y'all take it easy, and y'all stay safe out there, okay?
I hope you come back again and again.
Oh yes, sir. I'm definitely gonna come back. Whenever you call me, I'm gonna be right there, waiting for you.
Thank you, Jacoby.
Yes, sir.